Hello guys, this is from Mrs. Abbie. Today we will continue our series called Year-Round Healthy Indoor Plants. This is part 3. If you want to watch part 1 and part 2, I will leave a link of those videos in the description box. So in this video, you will learn 3 things. 1. Some important facts about potting soil. 2. You will learn how your indoor plants can continue to get the proper amount of nutrients it needs in a season, whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. And 3. You will learn some nutrient-rich potting mixes you can use year-round to get and keep your indoor plants healthy. Fact number 1. Indoor plants get their nutrients and water from the potting mixtures. So when you water the nutrient-filled potting mixture, it first dissolves. Then it is absorbed by the roots. Then the roots transfers the nutrients up through the rest of the plant. Fact number 2. Plant soil should never consist of plant food. There's a difference in plant fertilizer and plant food. There are many products that are being sold as plant food when they are really plant fertilizers. Plants make their own food, so there's no need to buy plant food or a need to have it added to your potting mixtures. When your indoor plants receive the proper amount of sunlight, they get energy. That energy is used to make their food. However, they do need the nutrients found in fertilizers. But as I always say in most of my videos, I don't know how much fertilizer my plants need, so I simply don't use standalone fertilizers for my indoor plants. But I simply refresh my plants by removing the old soil with fresh new potting soil with fertilizer already in it. That way I don't risk damaging my plants by over fertilizing them or by giving them nutrients they don't need. I made a video explaining why I don't fertilize my indoor plants. In that video, I share some important information on what nutrients your indoor plants need and how to tell if they need those nutrients. I will leave a link to that video in the description box too. Fact number 3. When buying potting mixtures, you should always know what's in the mixtures. You should always know their ingredients. Fact number 4. What we call potting soil for houseplants are really potting soil-less mix. Let me say that again. It is really called potting soil-less mix. If the ingredients in your potting mixtures don't consist of some type of dirt, such as sand, etc., it should not be called potting soil. I'm very guilty of calling it potting soil, even when I know it doesn't have any type of dirt in it. Fact number 5. Potting mixes should do the following things for your indoor plants. They should, 1, provide nutrients to the soil that is absorbed by the roots. and other parts of the plants. 2, they should have ingredients that help your houseplants with these very important 5 things. 1, the ingredients should help with the proper amount of water retentions, keeping them hydrated but not overly hydrated. 2, the ingredients should provide proper drainage to cut down on root rot and soil bacterial diseases and fungus gnats. And 3, the ingredients should encourage plants budding and blooming. 4, the ingredients should help with proper color of leaves. 5, the ingredients should provide enough airspace so roots can function properly. And lastly, 6, the ingredients should provide the proper pH level so plants can absorb the nutrients. The proper pH level the potting mixture should have is between 5.6 to 6.9. In order for your potting mixture to do the things I just mentioned, it must have the following main ingredients or similar ingredients. Your mixture might contain similar ingredients, or you might want to add other ingredients. This is simply the ingredients I know I want my potting soil to have in order for my plants to stay healthy and get the proper amount of nutrients. 1, peat moss. 2, perlite or pumice. 3, compost. 4, some type of fertilizer or a controlled release fertilizer. And 5, some type of worm casting or something similar. Now, let's talk about each ingredient I mentioned. 1, peat moss. Peat moss helps strengthen the potting mixture's ability to retain the proper amount of water, which helps keep your houseplants hydrated longer. It also enhances air circulation in the soil. The problem with peat moss is it can cause your soil to have fungus gnats because of the moisture retention qualities of it. So try to let the soil dry out between watering to reduce the chances of attracting fungus gnats. 2, perlite or pumice. Perlite or pumice makes the mixture light and airy, and it helps with the drainage of the water that the potting mixture receives during the watering process. Drainage is very important in that your houseplants do not need excess water in the potting soil. Both of these also provide airspace in the mixture, which the roots need to function well. 3, compost. Compost helps retain moisture and provide some nutrients to the potting mixture. But be very careful with any soil mixture that contains compost due to its quality to help the soil retain moisture. Fungus gnats are very attracted to moist soil or soil that stays moist too long. 4, controlled release fertilizer helps provide more nutrients to the mixture, which is very important to the health of the indoor plant. 5, worm casting. Worm casting is a natural organic fertilizer. It is the waste that worms poop out after eating organic stuff. Yes, it is the worm's poop. That poop is filled with minerals which your plants need. I'm not going to name all the minerals that poop contains, but I will say if your potting soil contains worm casting and the pH level in the soil is proper, then you have no need to worry about your plant's lack of nutrients. I like to use different brands of potting mixtures. I'm not very picky when it comes to selecting potting soil. As long as the potting mix have the ingredients I mentioned earlier, I will use it. It must be a nutrient-rich potting mix for me to buy it. Here's a list of the potting soil I currently enjoy using to repot or refresh the soil. Black Gold all-purpose potting mix. I also enjoy using Black Gold natural and organic potting mix. They both contain all the ingredients I mentioned earlier. Again, I do use other potting mix, but at this time, those two are my favorite. What potting soil do you use to give your plants nutrients? Let me know in the comment section. At this time, I don't make my own potting mix, but I do add a few things to them. Sometimes I add cactus mix and a perlite to the mixture. Even though your plants shouldn't be fertilized in the winter cold months, you still can add some nutrients to the plants by simply refreshing the soil by removing the top old soil and replacing it with new nutrient-rich field potting mix. That way, your plants will stay healthy year-round without over-fertilizing them. On the screen right now, you will see some videos that you can watch next. They all provide good information to help you with your indoor plants any season. So go ahead and click on either one you want to watch. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you in the next video.